Fridays though, so I need someone to like host and people to go, but they should drop by here once. I think that would be really cool. But anyway, the set's getting started. Mister's on Snake. Hunger is okay against Snake. I feel like a lot of the ABB's top like players have like Snake issues. Like Evie's pretty good into him. I guess it's mostly just Hunger and Zyro that come to mind. Zyro especially is like known for just having like a Snake problem, even though he's getting better with it. Definitely has quite a few losses to Lethal Pop and to Mister. Hunger's lost to both of them as well, but I think he's getting better at it. Just generally performing better. And while I'm talking about all that, very fast first stock part in 40 seconds. Hunger's stock's already gone. Mister's at kill percent. Jeez. Okay. Mister does have this lead, which can be quite irritating for Fox right now because you just like need to find this kill, but like your moves are so committal. I feel. Obviously you have like the Nair, but even then it's just like the few options that Fox does have are in like the same little pattern to where if you can see it coming, you're realistically going to be punishing him a lot. And he is not finding like a straight caught you off guard kill. Whoopsie. Fox just doesn't have those. You get a back air, you get an up air, you get an up smash. Those are like your big three. And Hunger has looked for quite a few of them, but Mister's just playing around them really well because he knows they're coming. So Hunger is kind of forced to play like a really awkward game where he needs to find grabs to make Mister not want to shield. But Fox grab is terrible. So you're in a scary spot. Oh, but he actually uses the grab to just get a kill there. That was really smart. I don't know if it was like, yes, this will kill, or if it was just like, all right, let me just get him above me and scare him a bit. But it worked out either way. Mister is sitting right behind the C4 and crawling. He doesn't really have a reason to go to Hunger, and I feel like a lot of AVP players don't recognize that. Like, you don't need to even go towards the opponent when you're up, and Mister definitely does. Especially for like a younger player, I feel like a lot they realize that a lot less, but Mister has that fundamental down pat. Does get the down smash on the air dodge. Hunger is not doing bad so far though. He's just like opened up Mister pretty well and just managed to take winning trades against Snake, which is pretty hard because the grenade trades can kind of mess you up when Snake's up this much. When you're up, it's like, okay, you hit them and then the grenade blew up. All right, damage positive for you because a grenade hits both of you. But then when you're down against Snake, each grenade matters so much more because then you get put in that kill percent and then you just die. Hunger was doing a pretty good job of playing around that, but Mister still finds him dashing in with the quick C4 anyway. Mister up 1-0. Now I'm biased, but I would like this set to just stay these two characters. I don't want to see Min at all. So hopefully it will be a tense set between just these two. I think it's a really cool matchup. And I think we're on FD. Hunger probably just wants to not deal with the platforms and abuse Snake's landing a bit harder. A bit more of those up airs. Rocking Rivers in the Desert. Wonder whose choice that was. Hunger's still on the Fox. I know he's working on an Ike. And he has like a Falco. I don't think I've seen the Wolf in a while. But Hunger's not like Fox only. He has a few other characters as well for sure. Even if he is a Fox specialist. And I think the big thing that I saw that last game was just Mister's finding way too many of those down tilts. So Hunger needs to like bait out Mister to press that button with like faking in dash-ins, while also like realizing when to actually dash in, and he's doing a pretty good job already so far. Is able to like stop himself and shield for 2 down tilts, and does find a dash attack after that. Just really solid ledge positioning. Hunger's advantage is killer, so that's not really a worry for him. It's just managing to play this neutral clean enough, and he does find an up smash on Mister's landing back air. Snake's landing aerials also kind of suck. You're kind of forced to just grenade and C4 or B reverse to get out of that kind of position. You have Cypher and air dodge as well, but those can also just put you in a risky position because they aren't like exceptional. Mostly just Snake momentum with B reverses is insane, so you can like fake them out a lot on where exactly you're gonna land. Back airs like that are pretty easy to catch for a character like Fox. But Mister does a decent job on just piling on some damage without getting hit, but then Hunger does find that hit and is piling up the damage. He needs to like, Mr. needs to find this stock pronto, because otherwise Hunger's just going to take these trades like all day. He's not dying to a grenade, and he will just keep pulling up that damage. And I mean, Fox is going to die to like almost anything anyway. Until he's at like 160, there's not too big of a difference between like right now and like 10% later. Maybe small things like dash attack, but I don't think they're big enough concerns to just not take the grenade trades. And Hunger already has him at 127, just perfectly spaces around that up tilt to find an up smash. Out of shield, and this is looking like the complete opposite of last game, with Hunger just completely taking the reins as Mr. finally manages to take his first stock. And Hunger is sitting on the other side of the stage camping this time, just not wanting to come in until he saw his golden opportunity, which I think is what more players tend to look towards. Good spot dodge from Mr. Does try to find something. In this kind of spot, I feel like a lot of players just are like absolutely like in the mentality of I need to get something, and that can honestly make them a bit too linear at times. But Mr.'s not doing it too hard when Hunger's getting caught up in quite a few things. Hunger just needs to make sure he doesn't drop the stock, because after that it gets kind of risky for Fox. Just keep this stock going as long as possible and you're golden. Just right as I say that, almost loses it, and does lose it to C4. Mr. like baiting him into thinking, I'm gonna cover this little area, you go left, and that puts him right in C4 position. But poor dash attack does lead to an up smash from Hunger. I've been gotten hit by exactly that interaction a lot, but with Wolf into the Snake, so I know. Hunger's good at catching those. A lot of panic dash attacks come out from players, and just I need to find a hit, and Fox feels like, well, if I get a dash attack, I could probably just wrap it off a good, well-played advantage state, and Hunger is ready for exactly that. Just the panic that a lot of people feel. And going into game 3, they are on a Hollow Bastion. Definitely Snake would want that stage more. A gets platforms to put the C4 on, B gets positioning when he's getting bullied in the air just from juggles to just land on a platform instead of having to challenge the big scary, or the average size scary Fox head on. And Hunger off to a pretty solid start, showing us why he is the big medium-sized scary Fox. But Mr. isn't losing the stock, and he's still keeping up damage-wise, so this could very easily just get turned around by him if Hunger isn't able to find the stock quickly. And the smash attack, I missed which one it was. Oh, quick back air does take it from Hunger. Good stuff to him. A bit less attempted this game. We're working on something. Mr. does lose a stock, but not doing the worst position-wise. Just needs to find that straight hit to kill Fox with. I think a lot of people sleep on how hard it can be to kill with Snake sometimes, just because the one straight hit that he needs to find is so deadly, that being up tilt. It can just be like, well, I mean, he doesn't need to work hard, or that or Nikita really are the big two. But if you can work your way around those two options specifically, Snake can struggle a lot to kill. And I think Hunger knows that, but just sometimes you just do get caught up by that up tilt being as good as it is. Unfortunate air dodge from Mr. I feel like Mr. is prone to like SDing a decent amount. I'm not sure what exactly it is. I know he has different controls between Min Min and Snake, so I wonder if like there's some like gap in muscle memory. I'm not sure what exactly the difference is though. Or just sometimes you're just cold hands or something along those lines happens. Zyro, for example, is another one who just has a lot of SDs, but he can play around it. Mr. Unfortunately, that kind of position to SD just loses you all your momentum and the even game, which can put you in quite a rough spot, as we're seeing right now. And yeah, because as long as Hunger can keep this stock going, it's really not too much of a contention. And even if he does take the stock, it's just a long battle to climb. Fox has that back air up smash up air, but it becomes a lot scarier when you're trying to climb a hill back because you need to find your hits while also trying to play around those moves, which can prove to be quite difficult. Hunger letting some of those rip. It's definitely not what you want to be doing because the end lag on those is so big and you're giving them an idea that, hey, I want this move. Meanwhile, if you can just like not use it for a bit and make them forget that it exists, that's like you have a better chance of just catching them, because it's a lot of things to actively think about in this game. If you can just make them forget about an option for a bit, that's your best chance to just go all the way in and get it. But Mr. just is keeping the stock going, almost killing Hunger off a grenade back air. Hunger stuck on this ledge, just can't seem to find a good way out, but wow. Just calls out the roll with raw up smash. Feeling himself a little, as I think anyone would just... The risk on that option is crazy to just go for that in that kind of spot. But he isn't the owner of the Hungry Games for no reason. Players from all kinds have come here. We've had quite a big GIMB today. 35 people, pop bonus, plus the Hungry Games advertising. Just too good to resist, really. And next time there may not be a Hungry Games, but GIMB is still always awesome. If you want to come around, we are every Friday. Back to the set though. Hunger off to yet another pretty decent start. I feel like Mr. kind of struggles in these kind of positions where he just is behind. It's, I mean, like, yeah, obviously everyone is like, yeah, we're behind, it's kind of hard, but Mr. especially just has like such a solid game plan when he's ahead that kind of crumbles when he's behind right now, and especially when he's down a stock. Like here, I think Hunger is just able to get way too much momentum off, way too quick, and Mr. isn't able to respond. Isn't able to find that back air. Now Hunger has this ledge trap position. He's just looking for damage. He doesn't need to find that back air. Finds a hit. It's gonna be 30 already. Okay, back to neutral. Oh, that was beautiful. Wow. Grenade, forward air, and then catches his jump out with an up air, just playing around those trades perfectly. Good stuff to Mr. Closing out that stock. It could be quite huge. Hunger though just not really letting up. Just continues to find his neutral wins, and Mr.'s not finding too much here. Only 24 so far. Well, he's up to 110 himself. If Hunger can't find this kill, it could be problematic, but he's been doing pretty decent at just finding that kill so far, like this recent couple stocks. Although Mr.'s looking solid right now. He's got the walls up, he's got that untouchable vibe that I feel like Mr. and Alibi both just give off sometimes as like probably the prime zoners in AVB. Does almost lose his stock, but finds his way back. I think that dash attack almost like comboed into a C4 that was about to blow up, but Hunger just narrowly avoiding death if that had happened. And just to avoid another C4, goes right into another one. Snake with rage, and Fox's weight allows that to kill like obscenely early. Snake up to 160, but Fox doesn't have like a down throw up tilt that Snake has. Just no real guarantee of kill, but does catch Mr. doing an unsafe back air on shield. Or well, back air on shield really, you can't really make that safe. And capitalizes with the quick up smash. Mr.'s playing aggressive, but it's working, so like he normally does not go in with like back airs and stuff like he is. Like that dash tech into the jab is just a little uncharacteristic of him. You see it a lot more from like Lethal Pop, some of the other Snakes in Ontario, but he tends to be a bit more passive. These lasers are doing wonders for Hunger. He's just blowing up the grenades from a distance, not really needing to approach. Mr. comes to him, he's Fox, so he usually wins that interaction. And he's just playing it super safe now. Mr. needs to find like an up tilt or something, C4, to close the stock out. Yeah, that'll be it. I thought he was just barely managed to live because up smash didn't up smash the F tilt, but finds the up tilt to upper anyway.